Yo, what's up? It's your boy Sunrise, and I'm simply going to make this video today. I want to touch on the topic of marijuana. Now, yes, we're going to talk about it. Now, being a marijuana smoker for over a decade now, I want to share my experience with you guys and just share this perspective because my life has been changing, and I've actually haven't smoked in like 17 days, and I'm going to slow down for a while. You know what I mean? Now, disclaimer, I'm not trying to say that if you smoke marijuana, you're doing good, or if you smoke marijuana, you're doing bad. That's not what I'm making this video to talk about, because, I've seen both sides of the coin. What I'm going to do is simply share my experience. So when I first started smoking, I was really young, 14, 13, 14, something like that. And, that was that experience. I've smoked, continuously through school, high school, a little bit after high school. And as I'm in my adult years, stepping into more of my spiritual awakening, that part of my life, that part of my journey, marijuana was a big tool on helping me tap into higher force, higher knowledge, and also helping me relieve a lot of anxiety and relieve a lot of stress and all of that stuff. And I've used marijuana for a very long time. It became a habit, it became a lifestyle, you know what I mean? And a part of the spiritual community. It's a very big part of the spiritual community now as we speak. But what I've tended to notice in my journey in the more recent past year, it's March 2019 right now. So since like 2018 till now, what I've noticed is that for myself, once I elevated to a certain degree vibrationally, it felt like that I needed to release marijuana. It felt like I needed to stop smoking. And, I resisted that urge for months and months and months and months because, after you do something for a decade, it's a part of your life. You know what I mean? Especially a part of the spiritual community. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody smokes, and that's another reason why I was resisting it. But I started to find that I started to get more and more uncomfortableness with it than without it. Like, it started really affecting my throat. And also, I've moved into trying to master lucid dreaming. And a lot of the times when I smoke, I can't really remember my dreams at all. You know what I mean? I'll be too deep in sleep. And it started to really affect my energy. Now, by energy, I mean it started to really affect how much work I was actually doing out here on the physical, because I'd smoke, eat, get lazy, blah, blah, blah. I'd still do things, but I wouldn't be able to do it as to the effectiveness as I would as I'm sober. Now, there's a lot of people who can do it, smoke and then just stay active, you know what I mean? But from my personal experience, I realized that, I felt it on the inside too, that, the call to slow down and or stop smoking. And as a group of my friends this month were like, hey, y'all want to just take a break for March and let's see how it goes. And seeing that it's March 18th right now, it's been 18 days without smoking, and I mean, I feel great. I got a lot of energy, and I remember my dreams. Even if I don't write them down, I remember them through the day. And, sometimes when I smoke, I used to get doubts, self-doubts. It started to feel like doubts were entering my head. And, I have a theory about that because it's now legal here in California. I'm in Los Angeles, California. And I don't really trust that the government is supporting it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's cool that you won't get in trouble for it, but just didn't really trust it. Still don't, because it's like all the pesticides that they put on it for growing, all the chemicals that they put on it. I mean, this shit is like, it's become an addictive thing mentally. Like, I remember when I was younger when I first started smoking, and you know, it was like Reggie or like quote unquote lower grade marijuana with seeds and all that stuff. And now everybody's like making their argument like, you know, it's only good weed if it don't got seeds and stems. But I remember back then when I said I was going to stop smoking, I could stop smoking that same second and put the blunt down and just stop and wouldn't care. But as of now, more recently, you know how hard it was for me to try to stop smoking? Even for before March, I said I was going to take a break in January, and I still didn't. So personally, I found that it's had addictive things in its nature added to it, and a lot more than back then, you know. And then I started to think, well, we say don't eat fruits without seeds because it's not organic. So why would the plant, the herb, be okay without the seed, you know? And so I just started to have really doubts about like the source of marijuana, you know what I mean? Where am I getting it from, and why is it like this, and why am I getting these thoughts as soon as I smoke marijuana, or why is it so hard for me to stop now when before I could stop easily, and things of that nature. And then just on a sense of, I felt like my vibe is so high, I don't need anything else to, like, it can only take you so high, you know? After that, you gotta really, just like anything, psychedelics, anything, it can only take you so high. But after that, you have to be a clear channel. Personally speaking, you don't have to do whatever you can do whatever you want. But from my experience, I found out I've been getting more downloads and more insights, and being able to deal with a lot more shadow work and a lot more deeper emotions just by simply being sober. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Just be aware of what you're smoking, and if you feel the call to stop, then you should. Even if you felt like, man, they used to call me loud Thrax. Like, I made marijuana a part of my identity, you know? So it's hard to give something up you feel like you making it a part of your identity. But, and I'm not saying that I'm never going to smoke again in life. I'm not sitting here going to say that again, because who knows, in 2 months I could take a hit or something, you know, or a month, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying that I felt the call to stop, and as I've been stopping, I've been feeling the elevation more, been feeling the downloads more. And also, I don't trust the government for making it legal. And now there's billboards all over California. Ease, they can get it. Ease is an account. They can get it. They can get it delivered to your door. Sorry, I got a little lost. I got a message. Sidetracked me. But they can get it delivered to your door right now with ease. You know what I mean? And I'm like, why is it so easy now? You know what I mean? People was going to jail for this. Why is it so legal now? And so I just feel like if you are smoking, just please know your source. And it's all about balance. Just keep the balance. And yeah. So that's my experience with marijuana. Currently, I'm not smoking, and I've been feeling really good about it. I'm supposed to be not smoking until the end of March. We'll see. I'm really feeling like I'll go longer than that. I haven't felt the call to. And yeah, peace and love. Just tell me your experience, or if anybody's feeling the same.